streaming live worldwide.
What an emotional night for all of us here. Wow. I already did one of these. I did a 10-bell salute for Adam up in Pico Rivera at Dream Slam Wrestling, who was gracious enough to host one, and I made it through that one just fine. But now we're home. Adam wasn't just a friend. Adam was my original trainer, a mentor, a brother. And he influenced so many people in this business. He was always there. He was the first one to call. Any of the boys in the back, if they had a family problem, if they had a problem in the business, professional, personal, it didn't matter. If Adam found out about it, you better believe he was one of the few people calling you, I promise. And when I got the news, I know listen, I've been strong for you guys, but that broke me. And my heart broke for you. But I am so, and you know what I said? I told the back. I told everybody, watch the mouth, watch the cursing. We got kids present, but I'm gonna break my own rule. I am so fucking proud of the men you're going into. Chris and Sean, I'm very proud of you. And I know your dad is so proud of all the work that went into this. Oh, and by the way, you guys chanted USA, USA, USA. Chris actually ships to boot camp. He's joining the Marine Corps, wouldn't you know it?
Quite a young man indeed.
Yeah. One Saturday morning, his dad said, hey, I'm going to do my best. Hey, Stafford, I can't make it to the gym this morning. We used to work out all the time. I can't make it to the gym. But Chris can go if you just talk to him, brother, about, the military in general. And I was like, uh-oh. I was the best recruiter in the Eastern recruiting region. Are you sure you want that? I encouraged him to see the other branches, but you know what? He's going Marine. Well, I can't wait to see you graduate. That said, I've got a time limit here, so we're going to do what we actually came out here to do, and that is to honor Adam Ginsberg. So at this time, if I could have everybody from the back come out. If you want to pay tribute to Adam, please come out. And we're going to surround the ring with love before we beat each other up.
A time-honored wrestling tradition. And there they are, all the competitors for tonight's Memorial Cup tribute show to the late great Adam Ginsberg. And like the wild card champion just said, it's all about love right
Also,
now.
if I could get the runner out here, I don't feel like holding this right now. Here, Mike, thank you very much.
Clearly more important than that championship, what we're doing here tonight.
It's a lot of people. Which, by the way, is a test, because whenever I was putting this together and I was shopping around and saying, hey, I'm looking for people to participate in this show who want to pay respects to Adam, not a single person surrounding this ring asked for a single penny. They knew the assignment. They knew why we were here tonight. And that is to help cover some of Adam's final expenses, right? All the money that was raised tonight is going towards that. So thank you all for helping contribute to that. All right, that said, if we could please rise. If you're seated, please rise. And we're going to render the 10-bell salute. Mike, I might need you to run and do that. Thanks.
gentlemen, normally I would say a little something and then go into the intro video and then get on with the show, but this is probably going to be a very jam-packed show, so I'm going to say a couple things and then I'll send it off to pretty much most of the boys that wanted to say something are right there. This is the day after of the West Coast Wrestling Companies presents the Adam Ginsberg Memorial Cup to pay tribute to Adam, and I wasn't really sure how to start this off, and to be honest with you, this is maybe the 7th take that I've done, but it was a very very sad day, but also a very very uplifting day, because you get to see some of the people that really care and really wanted to be there to support this and to be a part of this, and very emotional as well. And as some of the videos that you'll see are just that. Now, I wanted to say a story. I didn't sit there and record myself like I'm doing now, but I met Adam when I was wrestling for Epic Pro with Gary Yap, and we ended up working at the wrestling school with them. They had a wrestling school with the West Coast Wrestling Company training facility over in Marietta. It was like I think it was a skating rink or something that it was turned in, that they had shows at, and they also had like a big enough warehouse back in the back where they were able to throw a ring back there and just, you know, having training sessions. And I met Chris Evans, professional wrestler, not the actor. Met him, and we were training. Met Adam, met Rick Ellis, met Devin Sparks, met AJ Wright, met I think I said Devin Sparks, and just met a ton of people kind of working there throughout the time of the West Coast Wrestling Company. But honestly, I don't think I'm not sure if it was we were wrestling in someone's backyard to train with Adam, or it was at the West Coast Wrestling facility thing. But I met Adam, and not very intense, but very passionate type of guy about professional wrestling. And I think you'll hear that throughout the interviews, that he was very passionate about the business, and he really cared about professional wrestling. He really cared about his family. He really cared about trying to put on the best wrestling show that you can do. you know, yesterday was, and I think this is going to go on Monday, but Saturday's show was a very emotional day. And yeah, it was very tough as well. And, you know, like I said in my promo at the show, Adam, you will be missed. We love you, brother. And, you know, it's a very, very tough show to be a part of. Especially any wrestling show that has to deal with a memorial or, you know, especially to a wrestler or, you know, to anybody that was a part of the ins and outs of wrestling. It's very tough because you create these bonds with these people where it gets to, like, for instance, some people I haven't seen forever, and we just pick right back up how it was before, you know, like just like it wasn't, you know, it hasn't been, you know, 15 years or 20 years or, you know, 10 years or something like that. You know, it just pick up right back where we were. And, you know, that was the emotional part with this. So, yeah, so I'm rambling, but I'm going to send it off to everybody that's doing the videos. I don't know if I'm going to come back on just to end it off, but I don't know. I don't think I will. So enjoy the rest of the videos, ladies and gentlemen. And I will try to put a link to the actual show itself, the full show, in the bio, and you know, go check it out. Go enjoy the wrestling. You know, rank up those views, and yeah. So, with that being said, right now I'm going to send it off to the videos, and if I don't see you guys back here, cross out. Good night, everybody.
You know, Adam, you weren't someone that I always saw eye to eye with. You know, we always got into it, but you had the biggest heart, and all you wanted was for us to be better, for us to be our best selves, and you pushed us harder than anyone else. And coming through that gorilla curtain and seeing you with the smile on your face, it was better to impress you than 90% of other people out there. So you're going to be missed in this entire region. I know Jameson, he's taken over. He's gonna do a great job, and we're gonna have your memory and West Coast live on forever, man. We'll miss you, man.
Fans, my name is Kristal, and we are here at WCWC, West Coast Wrestling Company, and it's a great event. All the guys are here, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't quite feel the same without the late great Adam Ginsberg. I've been in the business for quite some time, so has he. We've crossed paths here and there throughout the years, and time flies, and I can't believe how long it's been. And I just want to be here tonight in honor of him. We lost him way too soon, so we're going to put on a hell of a show for you fans. However, this is dedicated to Mr. Adam Ginsberg. We miss you. Rest in peace. Thank you.
So I didn't know Adam that long. I just recently came to West Coast Wrestling Company. But the one thing that stood out to me with Adam is his ability to connect with the wrestlers and his willingness to help. Adam would text me on the side, give me merch ideas, give me move ideas, talk about our matches, and I really appreciate that about him. You know, in the world of wrestling, not a lot of people take the time out to give you that one-on-one individual attention outside of the show. On the weekend, just sending you a text real quick, say, hey, this is what I thought of, this is what I'm thinking that you should do. I think this will work for you. And I really appreciated that. I appreciate Adam reaching out to and giving me the opportunity. I shot him a message on Instagram and said, hey, come through and we'll see what we can do. So I'll always be in debt to Adam. I appreciate everything he did for me. I appreciate everything he did for West Coast Wrestling Company, and he's gonna be really missed.
We're here at West Coast Wrestling Company. I am Venom, the Nuclear Warrior. First time ever here, making my return at West Coast Wrestling Company for the tribute show to Adam. Adam, this one's for you. Tonight, I show what nuclear power is all about, and I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it tonight. This one's for you.
Hey everyone, Ruben Iglesias here. Just want to say some good words about my good friend Adam Ginsberg. Man, you were just so passionate about this business. Never met anybody as passionate as you. Gonna miss you, bro. You were one heck of a friend, promoter. I do miss our talks. You would call me often, sometimes too much. But Adam, you're a great man, great promoter, and a great human being.
Well, this is a hard one. This is a hard one because we still haven't had a funeral. I still haven't quite processed what has happened. And after that 10 bell, it just became more real. Adam was one of my best friends. He helped me through a lot. And at one point, he even saved my marriage. He always checked up on us, checked up on me. We have a long text message history between us. We have hours and hours of calls between us, especially coming up to showtime. God, he was just a big old stress ball. Coming in today, I was expecting him to come around the corner and just being like, brother, this this is gonna be the worst show ever. Like, what do we do? We're running an amateur hour. What's going on? He was always the perfectionist, and he always wanted to make sure everything was just right. And that was what he cared about the most, besides the boys, was the production. The boys came first, but the production was like everything had to be right. And that was his love for this business. He once told me, he says, like, this is all I have to give are these shows. It's the West Coast Wrestling Company. This is my love letter to the professional wrestling business. And so, you know, we didn't just lose some promoter. We didn't just lose a former wrestler or a fan we lost a brother. We lost a friend, we lost a husband, we lost a father. And it's just tough. It's tough. And I love him, I miss him every day. And, you know, he was supposed to be here to give me the Hall of Fame induction because I got injured at the last match. And he says, you're done. Like, you're going into the Hall of Fame, that's it. And we had a long conversation about a month afterwards. You know, we were getting ready to gear up for the show that was supposed to happen before he passed. And I got to tell him, at least, I have that off of my shoulders now. I was able to express to him how much I loved him. I was able to tell him what he meant to me and what the Hall of Fame induction meant to me. And I got that off my chest. I was able to tell him that. I'm at peace knowing that I was able to tell him that. And I wish I could be here standing here and telling a bunch of funny stories. I mean, he was so proud. Like, if you knew Adam early on, he was a big boy. And over the years, he was working on his diet, and randomly you'll get a nice mirror selfie from him in his underwear. And of course it devolves into a bunch of homoerotic humor. He was so proud though because he worked so hard and he did lose a lot of weight and he always was on top of his health, but there were certain things he just couldn't get past. And yeah, I mean, I thank Adam for everything that he's done for me. Everything, you see what he's done for the rest of the boys. For all the wrestlers that have come through, he shows and gives 100% of his heart. And he cares for everyone truly and deeply. There's not a single person, even if you met him once, he gives all of his time and effort to him. And for that, Adam was just an amazing human being. And I mourn for those who never got to meet him. So, yeah.
So when I think about Adam Ginsberg, I think about one of the first times I ever met him. We were wrestling down in San Diego, and we were supposed to work a show up in Paris, California. This was probably my third match ever. So I said, of course, yeah, I'll work it. You need the experience. So I remember driving up to Paris, California. I didn't even know where Paris, California was. And we worked a match together. And afterwards, it came to pass that the promoters weren't going to pay us. Surprise, surprise. Not even a hot dog, not even a handshake. Got straight up nothing. But I remember Adam Ginsberg coming up to me and saying, you deserve to get paid for your work. And he gave me $20 out of his pocket. I knew that was coming from him. It was his ring. It was his thing, but he thought it was right to pay the boys and take care of the boys. And that's how I always think about Adam, is taking care of every talent that he was in charge of. Even if you weren't working with his company, he would help you out with promos, character ideas, like merch ideas. Like all my merch is due to him. Only got one. But all my gear, like all my designs, all my ideas are because of him. I've said it before, he was more than a promoter. He was my friend, and he was my mentor coming up in the business. So I love you, Adam. Thank you for everything, brother.
Yeah, so it took me a little bit of a time to get the promo ready for the show. I want to say thank you, Adam. You know what? You gave a lot of guys opportunity like myself who would disappear. You know, you honored my father, and up there in heaven, brother, say hi to my dad and Goliath. Thank you very much, Adam.
Shady Boys here, Remy Morgan, Ty Williams, Red Williams, and we're here to do something that we don't normally do. We're here to pay our respects tonight, and we're here to be genuine, actual people, and just come together with the rest of SoCal to pay tribute to a man that meant a lot to a lot of people. So tonight we're here for him and his family.
Yeah, it's a great loss. You can't ask for anything like this, and we wish all the family the best. And we're happy to see all the support that everyone has showed tonight, and it's truly a blessing.
You know, I never had the privilege to meet Mr. Adam, but he, like the rest of us in this wacky, wild world of wrestling, whenever things go wrong, we circle the wagons. And tonight, we got a lot of wagons here for Mr. Adam and for Mr. Adam's family. We just want to make sure that the only thing they got to worry about is working through what they need to and mourning Adam. We want to make sure that they don't have to deal with any financial hardships, and that's why we wanted to make sure that we packed the house tonight. So to the family of Adam Ginsberg and everybody who loved him and cared about him in this world of wrestling, we just want to say thank you for your support, and we are going to miss that man very much.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you.
Bueno, mi gente, aquí está el servidor SoCal Crazy. As you know, we're here for a very special night, special moment. I could sit here and stand here and tell story after story after story about what Adam and his effect that he's done on me personally. You know, Adam was one of those guys that when you're down, he would pick you up. You know, when you had doubts about yourself, when you had doubts about your abilities, when you had doubts about anything that was wrong with your life, Adam was always there to lift you up, and that's something that I'm never going to forget. Adam, Hermano, I really hope that you can see this and hear this and just know that I love you very much. And without you, my heart hurts, but I know that you're watching down over us. We love you, Adam, and we always will, my brother. I love you.
Adam Ginsberg tribute show, a successful night, a night that was dedicated to you, good sir. Venom, the nuclear warrior, just went out there, number 30. The ring was packed. It was full of SoCal's most talented, most vicious, most greatest talent ever assembled, put together in one ring. They were there tonight. I might have come up a little bit short. It happens. Tonight, the bigger picture was you, my friend. And this goes out to everybody. Venom, the nuclear warrior, is here in the West Coast.
Adam, you're one of the most passionate promoters I have ever worked for. It's hard to say it because that's all a worker wishes for, that a promoter would be so passionate and put so much time, effort, money into their product. So always you will be remembered. I'll never forget you, man. Thanks.
So I first met Adam around a year ago. He asked me if I wanted to join the company. And I was excited, man. Me and Adam talked for probably about an hour and a half. We were just talking about the business, who we liked, who was awesome, Stone Cold, everybody else. And we built a connection. He loved the way I thought about the business. I loved the way he thought about the business. He was very heavy on his promos, and I took that to heart. He made me better with my promo skills. He critiqued me when I need to be critiqued in the ring. I'm gonna miss that, and Adam, I'm gonna miss you. It's an honor to be the first annual Adam Ginsberg Cup champion. I love it, but I'm also sad at the same time. I wish you were here to see this. I wish you were here to see the company. But I will always remember our friendship, and I just want to say, I miss you, Adam, and I'll see you down the road.